Okay, so we're diving deep into sleep today.
Right.
How much do we actually need? All that good stuff. You sent us that WebMD survey, right?
Right.
And then that statement from the NIH. And it looks like people are averaging, what, like 5.7 hours a night?
Yeah, about that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone listening is like, oh no, is that enough?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of us kind of know 7 to 9 hours is what we should be getting.
Right.
But the thing is, it's not one size fits all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like some people, our genes actually have a say in how much sleep we need. They're called chronotypes. Chronotypes. So basically, these are variations in our genes that affect our natural sleep-wake cycles.
So, like, are you saying some people are just, like, genetically wired to need less sleep?
There are a small percentage of people that can function perfectly fine on less sleep.
Really?
Yeah. And it's all thanks to their unique circadian rhythms, which govern their sleep patterns. But trust me, that's not the norm. For the majority of us, 7 to 9 hours is non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Okay. So why is it so important? Like, I get it. We all feel groggy. We don't get enough sleep or whatever. But what's actually happening in our bodies?
So think of sleep, like sending your body to a nightly spa for rejuvenation and repair. Your cells are busy at work. Fixing damaged DNA.
Wow.
It's like a built-in defense system against mutations that could lead to cancer.
So our brains are actually, like, working while we sleep.
Exactly. And there's more.
Okay. What else?
Your brain actually has its own cleaning crew.
A cleaning crew.
It's called the glymphatic system.
The glymphatic
system. It's like a plumbing system for your brain.
Plumbing? What do you mean?
So it's this fascinating process. This cerebrospinal fluid, which is a clear liquid, it surrounds your brain, and spinal cord flows through your brain. And it collects and removes waste products.
Like what kind of waste products?
So one of them is amyloid beta, which is a protein. And when this builds up, it's linked to Alzheimer's disease.
Wow. So it's not just about, like, feeling rested or whatever. It's like a whole body tune up and, like, a brain detox.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about that WebMD survey where people were getting, like, not that much sleep. Like, what happens?
So one area where sleep deprivation hits hard is metabolism. So even a few nights of missing out on sleep can affect how your body processes glucose, so your blood sugar stays high. And your body starts producing less insulin, and this can lead to insulin resistance.
Oh, wow.
Which is a precursor to prediabetes.
It's funny, actually, is I was thinking about this when I first became a parent. And I was not sleeping well at all. Baby's up all night. And I was like, I wonder how this is affecting my blood sugar. So I started wearing a continuous glucose monitor, and I was shocked by how much my blood sugar was fluctuating, even though my diet was, like, relatively healthy.
That's a perfect example of how even short-term sleep disruption can have a significant impact on our metabolic health. But here's where things get interesting.
Ooh, tell me.
Studies suggest that high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, might help counteract some of those negative metabolic effects.
Wait, so you're saying, like, a good sweat session can, like, offset the consequences of not getting enough sleep?
Exactly.
But how does that work?
So during a HIIT workout, your muscles use glucose for energy. And they produce lactate. This lactate then tells your muscles to create more glucose transporters.
Glucose transporters, what do they do?
These transporters help your muscles take in glucose more efficiently, and the effect can last up to 48 hours.
Wow.
It's like hitting a reset button on your metabolism.
That's really interesting. But, you mentioned earlier, those people who can get by on, like, less sleep, like the chronotypes.
Yes.
Can you unpack that a little bit more?
Yeah, so chronotypes are determined by variations in our genes that control our circadian rhythms. So these rhythms regulate not just sleep and wakefulness, but also hormone release, body temperature, other bodily functions.
Wow.
Some chronotypes are naturally predisposed to shorter sleep cycles. While others need a full 8 or 9 hours.
So it really is, like, part of our, like, biology?
It's all part of our individual biological makeup.
This is wild. So we've got these internal clocks that are influencing so much. But what happens when these clocks are disrupted? Like, if you do shift work, or if you're, like,
traveling a lot.
Great question. When our internal clocks are constantly disrupted. It throws off our hormonal balance, metabolism, and even cognitive function. Over time, this chronic disruption can increase the risk of metabolic disorders, cardiovascular disease, even mental health issues. It's like living in a state of perpetual jet lag. Okay, so speaking of cognitive function, you mentioned earlier that sleep cleanses the brain.
Yes.
So could getting enough sleep actually help prevent cognitive decline as we age?
It's certainly an area of active research.
Okay.
So we know that during sleep, the glymphatic system is hard at work, removing waste products like amyloid beta, which is implicated in Alzheimer's disease. So there's growing evidence that consistently getting enough sleep could help maintain healthy brain function and potentially reduce the risk of cognitive decline.
That's really promising. So I guess the takeaway here is those 7 to 9 hours are really essential.
They are.
For most of us, but it's not just about feeling rested.
Right.
Sleep impacts everything from DNA repair to metabolic function and even brain health.
Yes.
And even though HIIT might help offset some of those consequences, it's not a substitute for good night's sleep. And I guess, everyone's needs are different.
Exactly.
So, pay attention to your chronotype. This has been so interesting.
It's been fun.
I'm really kind of blown away by this. It makes you think, right? Like, given how important sleep is to our overall well-being, could a good night's rest be like the best preventative medicine? Something to think about. Until next time, sleep well.